Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and it is time for a fact that makes your brain just go, which we blew everybody's mind yesterday with the amount of time you're spending on apps and on your phone, because brain rot was the word of the day, and we all have brain rot, all of us together here. We're singling anybody out here. Just because Kenzie had more time on her phone.
That was a single out. That was so passive-aggressive, it was unbelievable.
I think by definition it was a single out.
I know. We're not singling it out. Now, Kenzie.
Even though Kenzie had more than double the time of me and Case, not singling anybody out with brain rot. Now, so the new fact is this. Today's fact that relates to what we were talking about yesterday is a technology company, analyzed all kinds of data and analytics you don't even know your phone has. And the average person, how many times you check your phone, meaning you pick it up and unlock it. You don't necessarily have to do anything on your phone. You just pick it up. And it's a comfort blanket, no question. Like if I just pick it up, unlock it, I go, 14%, I got to charge my phone. I can't be without charge here.
Right.
So you just do that. That counts as one of them. So people guessed all kinds of times. Kenzie thinks about 50 times a day. Case thinks 1,000 times a day.
1 million others.
Well, Kenzie was closer than 1,000. 96 times a day, the average Chicagoan picks up their phone and looks at it.
Really?
96 times.
Okay. Do you guys fall above or below average?
Why don't we find out?
Why don't we?
So here's how everybody can do it together. All of us, you go to settings on your phone.
On your
Case-
iPhone.
Should Case say this?
I can do it.
Can you do it?
I can
Because
do it.
Case just told us 5 times for us to find it.
Because now I know because he said it 5 times.
Okay, got it.
What do you do? By the way, so this is on an iPhone. Is an Android completely different in the settings category?
I'm sure they don't even have that functionality. All I hear is how great the camera is, yet your phone can't do anything besides that.
Okay, now I'm
miss me
going
with
to
the green
respond
bubble.
to a lot of Android people. Case, I wish you would have done that.
And you know the first text coming through is going to be that green text.
That sounds better.
Yelling at me. I didn't even say it.
Kenzie, you hate Android people? I hate you. And you're like, it was Case that said it.
If you are mad at Case for that, his Instagram
Is
at Case Low
_Case Low.
_Case Low. DM him personally. Please don't text it about your Android. That
But
was
be
a
sure to
Case
follow
thing.
me when you DM me.
No, just yell at him there.
I love how you didn't know there was an underscore in there.
Why would I have his at memorized? I was just guessing it was his name.
Before we continue, why'd you need the underscores? Are there that many Case Lows out there on
Just get a
Instagram?
little pizzazz.
You did
Stupid.
it just
That's not
willingly?
a good idea. You could have gotten just normal Case Low and you picked an underscore.
What I believe happened is I think Case Low on Twitter is taken, and so I'm _Case Low on Twitter. Also, feel free to follow me there.
Good Lord.
And so by the
I
time I
know.
got on Instagram, I was like, well, my career needs to be in sync. I need to make sure that Twitter and Instagram have the same handle.
Underscore 3 exclamation points. Case Low 1 3 exclamation points underscore.
I will say this to defend Case a little bit here.
Thank you.
So
You haven't heard the defense yet.
there's a lot of Brian Haddads out there, believe it or not, which is me, by the way.
So you went with Brian Haddadi.
No.
Oh, what was he going to say?
I chose to use my middle initial, so it's Brian J. Haddad, my tag on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
I have never noticed that there's a J. What is it for Jacob? Jeremiah.
What is your middle name?
It's Jeremiah. That's what it is.
Like the bullfrog?
That's right.
I knew it.
My parents grew up in the woods in a trailer. They named me Jeremiah. No offense if you grew up in the woods in a trailer. Okay, so
or our name Jeremiah.
Or Jeremiah's be a cool name.
Brian Jeremiah Haddadi.
Remember that.
It's beautiful.
That's right. Okay, here we go. So you go to settings if you have an iPhone. I don't know what you do on your Android. Then you go to screen time. So scroll down, hit screen time. You're going to see your screen time, which, by the way, yesterday I went up to 5 hours and 32 minutes as I see that right here.
I bumped up too, so I don't want to talk about it.
Did you get to 10 hours?
I'm past 10. 10 hours 56.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So right under the daily average time, it says see all app and website activity. Click that.
Yep.
Now,
Scroll down.
and you're going to see something that says pickups, which is how many times you pick up your phone a day and a daily average. I will say mine's up 17% from last week. That's what it says. It even gives you that.
Okay.
Now, Kenzie, you want me to go first? You go first.
I want to go last.
Okay.
Because I have the highest usage, and I have said that is because I use my phone when I'm looking at recipes when I'm cooking, so it'll be up for like 2 hours. I have the baby monitor on phone. This is all true. I don't know why. I want a sound machine on my side. I don't know why you're in charge of all the fun. All that's accurate information. It's not a lie. Okie doke.
Okay, so I'll go first. The average is 96 times a day Chicagoans pick up their phone. I can't believe this. I'm up 17% from last week, and I'm at 93.
You're at 93.
Which shocks me because I pick it up all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, I love picking up my phone.
I would have thought I picked it up 93 times this morning already.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Case.
So, Brian, you were 93.
So I'm right about the average of Chicago.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had a lower screen time than you, but I pick up my phone 146 times a day.
Wow.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
All I could imagine. Sorry. I just imagine, you have to be one of those guys who grabs their balls a lot, too. You're very fidgety. That's what I imagine. You're just very touchy.
Oh, Kenzie, if only you knew how true that was.
I know. A lot of ball play over there, you can tell.
well, he was a D3 baseball prospect. Pitchers always grab their nuts. They
This
just
is
grab-
true.
Re-rack, as
If
you
you're,
say.
if you're a
They
pitcher.
re-rack.
You re-rack.
It's like that line from Trains, Spins, and Automobiles when he's like, what would make you happy? And he goes, an extra set of balls and a couple more fingers. That's what I imagine for Case. That's what he wants for Christmas.
Very funny line, but I believe Kenzie's delaying giving her answer on her amount of time she picks up her phone.
I am excited about this because it goes with exactly what I said. This is just this is information that backs me up. My daily average of phone pickup is 86 times.
No effing way.
I swear to God, look at it, bitch.
Well, that could be AI recreating some kind of image
I
on
made
there.
an AI screen right now.
She photoshopped it.
Yeah, obviously, that's what I'm doing. And that goes with, even though I have the most screen time, what I said I'm doing, my recipe's up for 2 hours, or the baby monitor, because I'm not constantly picking it up, it's just on in the corner. So information to back me up, Your Honor, I'm innocent. Damn it. Case, I want a sound machine by the end of the day. Do your job.
Well, I'm curious I'm curious what our listeners are, where you're at, and and everybody should do this. So again, you go to settings, screen time, and I can't remember the rest now. Oh, screen time, then CL app and website activity.
Yada, yada, yada. You get to see your pickups.
You'll see the whole thing. Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101 in local news in the politics arena. Boy, Tiffany Henyard back in the news. We followed this story for a couple years.
Tiffany!
Cannot figure out why she is still in office. The FBI started investigating over a year ago.
Well, I mean, look at Diddy. I mean, it takes a while.
To build the case. Mm-hmm. Seems pretty obvious here what's going on. She's taking the money from the city and going and partying with it. Now, she is up for re-election. She is the Thornton Township. She has two roles. She's the mayor of Dalton and the Thornton Township supervisor, which allegedly brings her over $300,000 a year in salary for an area where the average salary is $29,000 a year. Mm-hmm. Now, what happened this week is she lost the Democratic nomination for the Thornton Township supervisor. That's one of her jobs. And the path toward losing one of her two political positions she currently holds, because she's the mayor of Dalton still. And she can't do that again. And she's mad. She's raging mad. She didn't get the nomination. Chaos broke out. Here's audio. In fact, this is a story from CBS 2, that came from Monday's meeting and where this kind of all led and started. So here's the story.
Tonight's regular scheduled Village Hall meeting turned into political antics where the opponents for Mayor Tiffany Henyard say they're counting the days until she is voted out. But the mayor insisting she isn't giving up or losing that seat. Monday night's Dalton Village meeting started 30 minutes late.
We are awaiting Mayor Henyard to arrive. We will give another 5 minutes.
Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
First off, I love that.
Well, I imagine her getting dropped off in a chopper or in a really nice Escalade.
Well, probably heavy traffic down there in Dalton getting to the meeting, but half hour late. So then, of course, it continued, and the meeting eventually did happen.
We'll arrive. We will give another 5 minutes.
Mayor Tiffany Henyard delayed the meeting with no explanation. It gave residents something quickly to complain about.
Just sacrificed 32 minutes to an individual that doesn't give a damn about anybody's time but hers.
Well, that's a lesson right there in the showing up early.
Mm-hmm.
People
or
start
just on time in general would be nice.
I mean, people start talking about you right away. They don't, they don't, they don't wait and ease into it. It's like, she ain't here. Let's talk smack now.
Not up in here, baby.
We just wasted 32 minutes of our time. All right, here's it continues.
Mayor Henyard listened as one by one, residents gave her an earful.
Very much so concerned about this culture of corruption.
They spoke about the change they want to see.
Clean House 2025.
I like that motto. Clean House 2025 in
Be
Dalton.
careful. Don't say you like it. We won't have a job.
I'm not talking about NBC's tower here. I'm talking
we
about.
like our tower. Very nice.
I'm talking about Dalton.
Clock is ticking. The clock is ticking.
That was the ongoing theme as people took more personal jabs at the mayor.
We cannot let her get back and to be the mayor, and we already know she's not gonna win that supervisor seat. That is done.
I like her. That's what I'm talking about. Be real. Come here and be for real. And that's what she's providing. She should be mayor.
Actually, can we get her on the show? Whoever said that,
I can try.
Go back to the video. Target it. That was amazing. I have to hear that.
Yes.
I have to hear that again.
The mayor.
We cannot let her get back and to be the mayor, and we already know she's not gonna win that supervisor seat. That is done.
Dead, period. Anyways.
And that's half, allegedly, of her $300,000 plus salary is one of those jobs. So it continues.
After taking the insults, the mayor threw her own verbal punches.
The disrespect that you guys displayed at that mic is unbelievable.
While the FBI
What I like about this, she doesn't just try to disprove anything that was said. She only noticed that it was disrespectful.
Yep.
Like, that was rude. Could you imagine, like, all the accusations of theft and, like, bribery and they're like, that was kind of rude to say it in my face like that, that tone.
It's proof that when you are in this position, just deny till you die, keep powering through. You're right, everybody else is wrong, and whatever you say will get you back to that $300,000 a year that you can spend however you want. Let's see, the story from CBS continues.
It's unbelievable.
While the FBI continues its probe into the village and questions still remain about the village spending, Henyard drives 1 point home.
I have the seat now, whether you like it or not. I am.
This person runs the city and the county. I have the seat, whether you like it or not.
It was very na-na-na-na-boo-boo.
Yeah. Is this 4th grade? I have the seat. Na-na-na.
Henyard drives 1 point home.
I have the seat now, whether you like it or not. I am your mayor.
And about her losing that seat in 2025, she told the crowd,
I won my seat by 82%. Know this, I am going to come through on a landslide. Know that I will be victorious in the upcoming election.
She sounds like a king from medieval times.
Yeah.
Like, we will slay you and take your castle.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Time for Head to Headlines, where we give you 2 headlines, the funniest ones of the week. We narrow them down to 2, and then you vote on one of them that you want to hear the whole story laid out for you based on the headline alone. Remember, we will never talk about the other headline again. And I just thinking back now at getting near the end of the year, think about all those great headlines that we threw away because of that rule. But it's okay because you chose the better headline in your eyes. You guys decide
really
the content.
Good stuff.
Oh, it's been a wild year in Head to Headlines as we go back on this. So you text in at 312-591-8300, headline 1 or headline 2. Wait till you hear both before you make a choice. So here you go. Headline number 1 is Chinese crypto businessman eats his controversial $6.2 million banana art piece.
I have a lot of questions.
Self-restraint is just going out the window.
It's tough.
It's tough.
Yeah.
A snack.
You know, crypto billionaires, I still don't get it. I don't understand. I've read so much about crypto. Yes. And I still don't get it.
I can't believe you're surprised Brian's read a lot about crypto, because the idea of him thinking that if he buys this one thing and he become rich is something that would absolutely drive Brian to read for the first time in years.
Do you know I've had sleepless nights because I didn't buy crypto in 2016 and I'd be a billionaire by now?
We all have.
Have you, though? Because I know, like you said, that's a me thing for sure.
Well, here's my problem is that I think we've got my husband's Tesla in like 2017. And had we not bought a Tesla and put the same amount of money in stock, we would actually be like very high level millionaires right now if we invested in Tesla instead of buying one. But here we are with our Tesla.
And no Bitcoin.
No.
Damn. These are the things that can drive you crazy. I really do not understand how you become a billionaire even now. Can I buy crypto now? Can I still get in? Is it too late?
No one does. It was all a big Ponzi scheme.
Is it?
A bunch of people are being investigated now. This is one of those things I was right about all along.
Oh, boy.
Everybody wanted to talk about how crypto is the next thing, and nobody could explain it. It's amazing. It's almost like we need to understand what we're doing if we're going to use it.
Stop talking nonsense.
I put in a graduate degrees amount of time reading about crypto, and I still don't understand it.
Yeah,
and you
find
got
me somebody that
nothing to
does.
show for it.
Yeah.
The blockchain. All right, you've already lost me.
Yep.
Like, if you lose your password and it locks down, and after 10 tries, you lose it forever.
Exactly. It's just a bunch of nonsense.
And then I heard somebody went and dug for their hard drive in a garbage dump. Wait, the Bitcoin's in there? Like, where is it?
Why was there something in their hard drive?
I don't want to get into it, Kenzie, because I can explain all this I can explain it, but I don't understand it. I've read too much about it. Anyway.
You can repeat what you've read. You can't explain it.
Here we go. So Chinese crypto businessman eats his controversial $6.2 million banana art piece. That's headline number 1. But not to be outdone is headline number 2. Shoplifter stuns police in Virginia Walmart during the annual Shop with a Cop event. Quote, it just didn't matter to him. End quote. And if it makes any difference on this story, there's audio involved, if that helps you make your choice on which headline you want to hear. So
I would like to hear that one.
So there's the 2 headlines you choose from, headline 1 or headline 2, and head to headlines. When we come back, we will announce the winner and then go through that story with you here on the radio. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
Head to headlines, Brian and Kenzie on Q101, where you decide the content of this segment. And we gave you 2 of the funniest headlines of the week that we compiled, and we get hundreds of them, and nailed it down to these 2, and you chose. We'll give you the answer here in a second and what we're going to do. So headline number 1 was, Chinese crypto businessman eats his controversial $6.2 million banana art piece. Have we just talked all about crypto? I just can't stop laughing again about how I can't figure it out. And I really want to know, is anybody really a millionaire from crypto?
Well, I want to know how you're still a crypto businessman. I understand if you were.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, you have all the crypto. You bought it, like you said, like 2016.
What are you doing with it?
I don't want to. I can't get into it again.
The blockchain.
Yeah.
Actually, I actually made very good investments.
We should bring in a crypto millionaire to explain it all to us. If there's one in Chicago, I want to know about him or her. Okay, and headline number 2.
Ryan's really learned since I've joined the show. Did you see he looked right at me and said, or her?
Or her.
Very proud of you. 2 points for
Yep,
Gryffindor.
anybody, they, whoever it is. All right, so the other headline number 2 is, shoplifter stuns police in Virginia Walmart during annual Shop with a Cop event. It just didn't matter to him. And I have audio with that, and I said if that made a difference, maybe. But boy, was it overwhelming that people did not want to hear about the crypto billionaire guy who ate a banana, and they did want to hear about this Walmart story. So that's the one we'll never talk about, the crypto banana.
Never.
Never again.
Even if there's a fire.
That's right. So here we go. Man shoplifter stuns police in Virginia Walmart during annual Shop with a Cop event. I'll have the audio in a second. Quote, it just didn't matter to him. This is in Chesterfield County, Virginia. Dozens of Chesterfield County police officers and sheriff deputies gathered at the Iron Bridge Road Walmart on Sunday for the annual Shop with a Cop event. This is a really sweet thing they do, and I know we do this here in Chicago as well. The police do it, where a holiday tradition where law enforcement helps children pick out presents they can't afford, underprivileged kids, and then they get presents. It's a really wonderful, heartwarming event.
Sweet.
It's great. It's great. Now they say the event took an unexpected turn.
We can't have anything nice.
Nope. When officers were informed that there was a shoplifting in progress inside the store. Now, quote, a member of the staff at Walmart came up to us and informed us that there's a shoplifting in progress. And between the sheriff's department and police officers, we had about 50 uniformed personnel at the store. Pretty good day there. Pretty good day.
What a day to pull up if you're going to shoplift. And be like, you know what? This was my plan. I got to stick to it.
Well,
I'm a schedule guy.
Yeah, what am I supposed to do? Slam tomorrow.
As they quote in the headline, it just didn't matter to him. Oh, my gosh. So, security footage showed a man concealing merchandise and attempting to leave the store. Officers were already in the store with the kids shopping for him. And this is where it gets a little dicey on this guy's judgment. And quote, it just didn't matter to him. We approached from different directions. We saw who it was. So literally had 50 cops in there. So I think they could cover every aisle of. I know
There
Walmart's.
was one in every aisle.
Listen, Walmarts are a maze. I mean, there's a lot of room to spread out in there, but they had enough cops to cover every aisle. And they said, I think he was stunned. Now, you think that's, sure, all these cops are here. What happened? They identified him as Hector Malandando of Chesterfield County and even attempted the crime with the overwhelming police presence. Now, the police officer said, we had 30 to 40 marked patrol cars in the parking lot. Not just 50 officers, but everybody had their own car.
Was it, like, it already looked like they were arresting somebody.
Yeah. When they found his vehicle, here's the plot twist, it was next to our cars. So that's where they determined it just didn't matter to him because there's no way he couldn't have known that many police officers were inside. Here is some audio from the arrest and from one of the officers.
Between the Sheriff's Department and police officers, about 50 uniformed personnel at the store. A member of the staff at Walmart came up to us and informed us that they had a shoplifting in progress inside the store. We were able to see on video the suspect as he was concealing merchandise. As we approached from different directions, he tried to escape out the back of the store. I think he was stunned. 15 officers at that point. We had 30 to 40 marked patrol cars in the parking lot, and when we found his vehicle, it was actually facing where all of our cars were parked, so he would have had to have seen them. It just didn't matter to him. He was going to take the chance.
Just didn't matter to him. It just didn't matter.
I feel like, and this kind of goes with my theory, which isn't a good one, so don't do it. This is my disclaimer. I didn't say you should do this on the radio.
Yep.
But sometimes when you're like on the highway and you pass like a car that's been pulled over or an accident, it's actually one of the, everyone always slows down, like, oh, there's a cop there. In my opinion, it's one of the safest times to speed because they're busy.
Yes.
And then find another cop like a block away. It's like, oh, there's a car accident. They're all there. Like, they're, you're not going to run into somebody in a couple feet or blocks. Maybe he felt like, well, they're all busy. Like, they're all shopping.
Yeah.
Well,
they're slammed.
Kenzie, you might be onto something. That does remind me of a time I was working retail. I was working at the Mounds Mall in Anderson, Indiana, which not a pristine mall. Let's just say that.
Sounds wonderful, actually.
It was not wonderful. And around the Christmas season, we had a shoplifter in the store that I was working at, and this woman was very clearly shoplifting. But she wouldn't leave the store, so we called the police. The police were waiting outside the store, but she wouldn't leave. She kept on shoving stuff in her purse. And finally, the officer came and grabbed me and said, hey, we have so many shoplifting calls today. We have to tend to those. We will get her for trespassing because it's not shoplifting until you leave the store because we have other shoplifting things we have to deal with. It was so busy with shoplifting that day, people got really ballsy.
It was a shoplifting era for the people in the mall.
I did my shoplifting era.
I imagine him being like, well, they're obviously already arresting somebody.
Yeah.
So I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I like Herm texting in here says, when you think you're just that good. That's right. I can take on 50 cops and shoplift. Also, what this makes me think of is not the show Cops, but what was the one that's like the Red Zone channel of cops when they go all over? What is that called?
Live PD.
Live PD. Where they have crimes all over the country going on in real time?
Yeah.
I love it went away for a while.
Some of the people, questionable subjects on that show.
Don't judge it. Listen, that show was amazing.
Judge it.
No, don't judge it. That show
were judging.
That show was incredible.
The Red Zone of cops.
That's what it was.
Wait, I'm confused. What do you mean they're questionable? Of course they're questionable. They're all committing crimes. Is that the point?
Some of the Crime Stoppers were doing questionable things.
Yeah,
I see.
Let's not get sidetracked on an amazing program called Live PD. And I think it came back actually on a different channel.
I think it's I could be wrong. I think it is on the Fox News streaming app now.
Oh, I got to get that.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
Right, coming up, we'll have some music and entertainment news for you. A lot of breaking news, including an artist we all dearly love, and we know about his mom. His mom passed away, but we know about his mom through his music. So we'll get to that. And also a huge concert announcement that you're going to love. You're going to love this. Another one.
Another one?
And another one.
I don't know about that. You guys don't tell me anything.
Well,
I already said it.
We like your honest surprise on some of these things.
I know. You're also worried I'm going to be like, say it.
Give it away.
Right now I would say it.
Yeah. This way I can tease and then tease people to keep around for a little while. You see what I'm saying? That's how it works.
I see what you're doing there.
I'll have Sum 41 and Gil Curtis on your headlines in a second, but we just did head-to-headlines where it was about a guy who shoplifted in Walmart. I talked about that show. I call it the Red Zone channel of cops. It was called Live PD. Then it got canceled. And Case, you said it came back as On Patrol Live.
On Patrol Live, which is currently, and thank you to the literal dozens and dozens of listeners who called in to tell me this. It was like we were giving away AC/DC tickets again.
These are my people.
It is both on the Peacock app, which is great, Brian, because you have Peacock.
Because I have a password from somebody.
That's right.
My mother-in-law.
You're not saying it right. Cock.
That's right.
That's how it's pronounced.
Thank you. You're right. I apologize.
I know. Put some respect on it.
It's on that app, and it's also on the Reels channel.
Oh, okay.
Which no one has, so you don't need to watch it on Reels.
And
you can watch it on the Peacock.
It's Reels spelled with a Z.
It's Reels spelled with a Z.
Got it.
Like it would be a channel in 1999. And A&E, which is where Live PD initially aired, they filed a lawsuit against Reels and Big Fish Entertainment, who are the producers of that show, claiming that it was, quote, a blatant ripoff of Live PD because it is the same show with a different name.
But it also...
different people. Was that fair?
No, it has the same host.
Yeah, no, it's the same show.
Wait, so it's not the same... So they claim it's a different show, but it's exactly the same thing with the same host.
Yeah, and A&E was like, hey, guys, this is our intellectual property. This is our thing. And they said, no, it's not, and have ignored every cease and desist letter that the A&E network has sent.
Well, is it different cops?
Well, I don't.
It's
It's always different cops because they go through different parts of the country.
See, different show.
That'd be
We're
like
in Missouri tonight, baby.
You know, if like Price is Right left and took Drew Carey and called it The Price is Wrong.
Well, that sounds interesting. I want to watch that show. What's The Price is Wrong?
Yeah.
This is interesting. Their lawsuit was settled out of court in November of 2024, so not that long ago. And it looks like maybe the Live PD archive has been added to Amazon Prime Video.
Oh, hell yes.
So now you can binge all of your old favorite episodes while catching up on new ones with On Patrol Live.
I know what I'm doing over Christmas break. I'm just going to watch Megan. I usually watch the Twilight Zone marathon.
Yeah,
I'm going to watch the Live PD archive.
Brian, can you turn on A Christmas Story? No, I'm watching a guy get tased in Tulsa, Oklahoma right now.
It's the
Deal
best.
with it, Harper.
See, I don't know if you know, Kenzie, that sounds like you haven't seen the show.
Not at all. I've
call-
never seen any of these shows.
I call it the Red Zone of Cops because cops used to follow.
And I don't know what Red Zone is either.
Okay,
Jeez, okay.
Can I explain all this?
It's just not for me.
Okay, slow down then. Slow down. You're in for a ride
Yes,
here,
you
okay?
have 60 seconds, Brian. Explain the Red Zone, cops, and Live PD.
I have to do Red Zone first, I think. So Red Zone is an NFL channel that you buy, like I have it with NFL Ticket, that whenever someone is about to score in the Red Zone, it switches to that game. So you're not watching one football game. You're only watching the game where they're about to score, okay?
That seems weird. What if you're excited about the other game?
No, because nothing's happening in the other game. They're not going to score, so you know what I mean?
And then, Kenzie, if multiple things are happening in multiple games, they put all the games on one screen.
So you might have 8 at one time.
It's like doing crack. It's awesome.
You got to get the Red Zone
crazy.
channel. Yeah. So, Cops, that show used to follow cops doing a situation, which I always loved. There's always a guy with the shirt off there getting ready to get arrested. It's great.
I've heard of that show.
Okay.
I didn't really watch it, but I've heard of it.
So I called Live PD the Red Zone of Cops because they'd be sitting there going like, we are on a car chase in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Now let's go to Toledo, Ohio. We've got a bank being robbed. Okay, now we're going out to L.A. They keep switching it, and they would do multi-view as well.
It's crazy. It's just like, this is the analogy that was so not meant for me. And none of it helped. That's crazy. All right. Well, good to know all of that.
I'm glad you said that because maybe somebody else didn't understand the process.
I know.
Now we all need to watch all this together. All right, here's Gil Curtis with your headline.
This is not headline news. Today is International Cheetah Day. So have a good one, Dave Grohl. Oh, cheetah. My bad. Fans want Travis Kelce to propose because Josh Allen got engaged. Andy Reid wants Travis Kelce to propose because weddings mean cake. Wallet Hub has named Las Vegas the most fun city in the U.S. But for the 5th year in a row, the least fun city is Gender Pronouns Oregon. And Gwyneth Paltrow's company, Goop, has been laying off employees. In light of the company's struggles, it's putting out a new candle that smells like failure. This is not headline news.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning, and Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.